Blog Talk Radio.
Hello, everyone, and good evening, and welcome to Animal Advocates Radio, Voices Carry for Animals, number 464 shows this evening and counting. And it's so glad that all you come aboard and be a part of this show and this platform where we stand up and speak out for the animals in need and distress and encouraging everyone to take that action, because we are the only hope for these animals, everyone. And please, contact your state legislators and, whatever the case may be. If you want to be author, creator of a new law going in, you could do that, or call them and ask the co-sponsor on bills, because I have on my Facebook page pinned at the top, there's 12 bills that's introduced in the legislation for 2024 for the animals. There's all kind of certain bills in there, and then there's one I have for 7 laws introduced, and it's federal. So please call your state representatives. Check it out. I have them also in my featured on Voices Carry for Animals Facebook page, and also the group. And also on X, I have Voices Carry for Animals. Press follow, and I'm trying to alert more action takers. That's what we need, because that's what it takes to see these changes made. And you can call your state representatives and senators. This is a nationwide number, okay? So I have it memorized because I've called it so much. Area code 202-224-3121. And during business hours, during the week, they'll ask you for your zip code. And then after that, you can connect with them, ask to speak to your representative or senator, and whatever, questions you have, or you just want them to support a bill, co-sponsor, just tell them I'm a constituent, and I would like to speak to Representative so-and-so and ask him to co-sponsor this bill number blank, whatever it is, and a little description of it. You can also email them if you feel more comfortable. Find your state representatives on the web, search and put your zip code in, and it's going to lead you right to them. You could call them, you can email them, you can write them a letter, you can make an appointment in person. Let your voice be heard out there, everyone, because that's what it takes. The more victories that's happening, the better for the animals out their lives and futures. But I just want to go over a couple more things, and we're going to get started. My name is Debbie Dahmer, a.k.a. Mama Bear, and Mama Bear does care because she is in the air. On the air, I mean. But we're going to rock the airways again this evening. I got to tell everyone I got some bad news from Blog Talk Radio in an email. They are shutting down, closing up on January the 31st of 2025. And it knocked me down, but because I've been on the air for 10 and a half years with them, I'm going to miss it. And it has, where the callers can call in, and I can't find one new podcast that does that. So that's going to bum me out right there. But for Marty Oakley TS Radio Network, 163 shows on there on Blog Radio, and she was a great team player, friend. She passed away in April 1st of 2023, and may she rest in peace. We all miss her so much because she was a great voice out there. Her hosts are still running her shows, which is wonderful. But she helped me get Animal Advocates Radio together, Voices Carry for Animals on Blog Talk Radio in March of 2018, the current. So I got to give a big, thank you to her because she is the one that got me started and kept going. And I will keep going till my last breath, everyone, because I'm relentless and optimistic, proactive. So we have to think together. We have to work together and be great super teams at getting these changes made. And but anyway, I will keep everyone, informed about what's going on and information about the podcast. The new one starting in January 9th of 2025, and that will be the first guest of a vigil for elephants, okay? So all the ones that have died in 2024, we've been doing that every year. So that'll be the first show, but it'll be on a new podcast, okay? So I will keep everyone informed. And the shows will be on Blog Talk Radio, will be running until December 5th, which is the last date for that I'm, going to clear out till January, for Christmas and getting everything together for the new year and just going to come in stronger. And the good thing about this podserve.fm, I got to download all my shows, which is so uplifting and inspiring. So you want to go visit them and listen to them. They're all archived, and they're on Apple Podcasts or Apple Music, Amazon. This is so wonderful, and they should be there this evening. Spotify is another one, and also podparadise.com. So this is huge news, and this is going to expand in 2025. So we're going to get stronger, and we're going to be rocking the airways more and invite more, action takers, trying to attract them, everyone. So please do your part and help us out, and love to have your ongoing support because that's what it takes. A big shout out to all my Facebook friends and followers that's involved and helped me to promote this show. The Voices Carry for Animals support group on there, the admins, and also Facebook, Voices Carry for Animals. Please press follow. And this show is coming live from my website, okay, www.voicescarryforanimals.com. And you can subscribe free, okay? You'll get a confirmation in your email, and you're in. The more subscribers under one roof, the better, and the more of us that will take action and do something and not just look the other way. Because if there's only a handful of us, we're only spinning our wheels, okay? but we are strength in numbers. And that is so true for Mama Cat. I mean, I look at it, power in numbers. People power in numbers, because that's so true. But please visit my website. They're all archived. And, you know, you can take information from there. You can share from the bottom of the post, each post, to these other social media sites. And please spread the word, because, hey, the more of us, the better. But I want to get this show started, and I want to welcome everyone all aboard, all the new listeners and all the returning listeners. Thanks for all your support. On X, all the followers on there, and the animal pages, Voices Cared for Animals. I mean, I sit there and tag people and groups and pages, and it's such a great response to all of you making it happen, making Voices Cared for Animals a total success, and we'll keep going. But I'm going to bring in my guests and welcome them back. The last time I had them on, that's number 461. We had audio problems, so I had an opening. I had to reschedule somebody, so it worked out. So I'm having back Diana Munoz, founder, and Colby Steiner, co-founder of the Gentle Giant Stay Home Project. I want to welcome. I'm going to bring on Colby Steiner first, and welcome her back in. Hey, Colby, welcome back. Thank you so much for coming in. This is great.
Hi, Debbie. Thank you so much for having us back and getting us rescheduled so quickly. We were bummed
worked out,
when
didn't it?
Work out last time.
It lucked out.
But, you know, Diana and I have always had technological problems, so, you know, it was par for the course. And we're just happy to be here. And also,
I'm so glad to have you back.
I want to congratulate you on switching to the podcast, because I think that's generate a lot of interest, and I'm excited for the podcast.
Me too. I was knocked down when I heard that. I mean, being on a podcast platform for over 10 and a half years, you know, it's going to affect you, because, you know, it's got the studio. I'm a one-woman operation on this podcast. You know, I just need help in promoting it. So, you know, the callers, the studio board, the scheduling, the promoting, you know, everything is in there.
Right.
So it's standing up for all animals in need.
Yes, absolutely. And there's a lot of us out there that are very familiar with your radio show, and we will all help to promote it. And I really do believe it's going to be a successful venture, a new chapter.
A new chapter, you're right. I looked at it and I was like, look, it's going, and I'm going to check after the show, after it gets downloaded, because they're all archived, and I'm going to check each site, see if it's on there, where, you know, people, because it's drawing in more, you know, animal lovers and animal advocates, and you know, this is a huge plus. So I'm down. I have to accept this, you know, what's going on. You know, like I said, you know, I can't find no one with, you know, where callers can call in, and I'm going to miss that. But, you know, you never know. Somebody might pop up and have where you can have callers call in. You know, I will miss that.
Yes, absolutely. Yep. And, you know, change is always hard because we get familiar and stuck in our ways. But sometimes, you know, switching to something new actually ends up being better. And, you know, I know there's going to be a lot of changes coming up in the next year, and we're going to need as many advocates as we possibly can gather to protect our animals and our planet and ourselves. And, you know, so I have a really good feeling about the podcast, and like I said, I think it's going to be very successful, and it's going to draw even more attention.
Yes, I was thinking that too, and it just lifted me up. It inspired me, and I'm okay now. You know, I went over that hump, and I'm back up again. So I got kicked down, and I'm up again. So that's a plus for me. You know,
I'm glad.
As long as I keep getting everyone's support and these shows and the guests, and it's going to work out again. It's going to be better. I believe that. You know, just being on, you know, Amazon and Apple Podcasts, you know, podserve.fm. I mean, look at this list. This is automatic, you know, more people, more action takers, more that's interested.
Absolutely. I think it'll be great. Yep. A lot of people listen to podcasts while they're driving. You know, a lot of people commute, and so podcasts are, you know, a very popular thing. And so, yeah, I think it's a good move. It's not a lateral move; it's an upward move.
Yes. It's not going to go down. It's going to go up, you know.
Absolutely.
With this going out and all these archive shows, it can't get worse. There's no way. You know, I'm looking at it and I'm like, we all got to stay strong. You know, with state laws, we got to get and with our reps and our senators, the governors, because that's where if it passes both houses and there's Democrats and Republicans in there, you know, no matter, don't discriminate everyone because, you know, contact them. We all have to be a team, you know, whether, you know, we have to look at we have to look at what's best for the animals and stand together. You know, don't use political discrimination because that gets you nowhere. You know, it's just wasting your time and energy.
You know, for Gentle Giants, it's kind of been an interesting, and Diana will explain more of this later on. The division has become more apparent, not between advocates, but between those who believe, you know, elephants need to live as natural life as they can once they've been in captivity, and those who still believe in the old ways because they're the old ways. And there's a lot of arguing and fighting going on social media. And unfortunately, Diana and I keep the promotion of it's better to educate than to just argue and call people names, because you don't ever know who's going to read it. Whether the person you're speaking to cares or not, someone else may see it. So in order to change minds, change views, build bridges, you know, all that stuff, it really is better to lead with, you know, here are actual factual figures, statistics, scientific evidence, blah, 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 you know, than just being hateful and nasty, because it gets you nowhere, you know. So,
agreed. Agreed.
So, but Diana wants to give an update on the flooding situation at Elephant Nature Park, which we've been trying to raise money for. The floods were absolutely horrific because Elephant Nature Park is surrounded on 3 sides by the river, and the other side is just streets. So they were hit by all 3 sides, and this was the worst they've seen in quite a while. And it came so fast. So, you know, they were having to, thankfully, a lot of people in the area were coming to help. And, you know, there has been criticism. But, you know, when a natural disaster hits, Debbie, nobody's prepared for it. You can make preparation after preparation after preparation for something, but when it's Mother Nature, you truly can't prepare for it. Like, you can do your best. And the main thing was, I think there was like 10 or 12 very old, the elderly grannies and disabled elephants that, you know, if they didn't want to go, they didn't want to go. They were very slow at moving them. And thankfully, you know, for the most part, everybody was moved and safe. Very unfortunate and extremely heartbreaking that 2 elephants did pass away. Ploy Thong, who was blind, got confused and lost where her herd was, and then Basai turned around to go back to where her herd was, but the herd was the other way, and she got confused. It's just, you know, everybody did everything within their power, and with the extremity of the whole situation, it's amazing that that's all that happened. But, unfortunately, EMP was just covered in mud. The level of mud and debris was just incredible, that they've even got it cleaned up as much as they have with a lot of help from volunteers. But they will rebuild, and it will be, better than ever. The animals, most of them, or maybe all of them, I believe, are back. But I'll let Diana explain because she has spoken directly with Lek, and she knows the latest.
Okay, and I'm going to bring her on air, okay? 1 second. You stay right on there. And Diana?
Yes,
you're live
Debbie.
and on
Hello,
air.
Debbie.
Welcome back. This is
Thank
wonderful.
you so much for having us, and congratulations. I second what everything Colby said about how wonderful this forced change is going to be. Even though it's forced, I'm sure it's going to be wonderful for you and wonderful for the show and for us advocates as well. So congratulations. And I also want to say that I'm very, very sorry about your loss, about losing your friend and mentor and this beautiful warrior that I'm sure now is shining nice and bright upon us to help us, guide us, with this fight. So I'm sure she's not gone. Her spirit is and will always be with us. So I send you hugs because of that.
Well, she was awesome, She was awesome.
Yes, she was. We are, I have always said, Debbie, that us advocates, we are a very kind, we are very different kind of human. We wear our hearts on our sleeves. Our kindness and compassion is something that we put front and foremost to try to protect those who can't protect themselves. So it's really amazing that, she was such a warrior, and all of us have to take her life as an inspiration and try to follow on her footsteps as well and be better for it. So again, I'm very, very, very sorry for your loss. Okay.
Yeah, Mario Cliquillas Radio Network is still running. Her hosts are still running her shows, being her voice.
Wonderful.
So this is a wonderful thing. They didn't give up.
No, they can't. None of us can. No matter which of us goes missing, or which of us leads up to heaven, the rest have to continue pulling our weight. And this is something that I have seen, and I'm so, in moments of crises, when we come together and we're so powerful, this is when it really, truly matters. And this is what I've seen in both situations. With Elephant Nature Park, it is amazing how so many organizations, it wasn't only Dental Giants who came out and said, please help, let's raise some funds. Of course not. It was many organizations, and this is the beauty of working together and of trying to help whoever is in need. In this case, it was Lek. And for many of us that have been at EMP and knew how beautiful it was for the elephants and how the luscious green pastures that they were able to roam in and all of this, to know that everything has been lost. And unfortunately, what Colby was saying is true, it's what's happened. They have three parts of the park, meaning the three entries of the park were completely flooded from water, and it just happened like a huge tsunami. It was something that was unprecedented, and it wasn't anything that anyone could foresee because they had been expecting the floods. Yes, they were coming, but this happened so fast. It was in a matter of minutes. It wasn't that it was hours raining, and all of a sudden the river started to grow. No, actually it was something that happened within minutes. So Colby was explaining that there were elephants that were very old. These elephants were the first ones to be moved because the elephants, they were very slow moving, and they were the first ones because they're the most vulnerable. So they were first taken. All of the other elephants, the younger elephants, were easier to move because they move easier. And in Ploy, who unfortunately was lost, whoever has been at EMP can validate what I'm saying. Colby and I saw it many times every time we went there. How Ploy would communicate with her herd was that she would hit her trunk on the ground, and the vibration, she would know where they were at when they were speaking and everything. So she would really, this is her way of communication. And, of course, because there was water, there was nothing she could do, so she went the wrong way. And I want people to understand that it wasn't only water coming through. It was huge trees, branches, trees themselves was floating. There was so much debris, so much was floating in the water that in Fasai's case, they think that something hit her and she was knocked unconscious before she actually drowned. So, it was such a devastating, and it is a devastating situation. Everything has been lost at EMP, meaning the bungalows where the tourists and the volunteers stay, nothing stands. There's no way of that. But now, what are they doing? Lek and her team, and everyone in EMP. The most important thing for them are right now to get the animals where they have to be, back home and everything. So they have been working tirelessly since the floods happened to accommodate all the animals, to have a place for them to be able to sleep. Kamala's family hasn't been able to return to their shelter because they are the ones that were staying at the lowest shelter, so they've been at the Skywalk since October 3rd. Little by little, the ones that have their shelters okay, they have been able to bring them back. They were trying to bring back, again, the grannies, because upsetting the environment of an elephant who has suffered tremendously and then has to be moved in such a fast way, and they know something is happening. They're very sentient. They're highly intelligent, just like us. So they perceive that there was a lot of danger. There was a lot of stress. Unfortunately, since then, 2 more grannies have passed away because of the level of stress. This affected their health, just like it would affect any human that was, elderly and that has medical conditions. So in a way, these floods also claimed their lives. It was, I've spoken to Lek many times about the bull situation when people have been attacking them, that, the bulls, not, unfortunately, again, I say that in moment of crisis, we have all come together, and people that want elephants to have a better life and to have a decent life and full of compassion, kindness, and dignity, understand that the situation that Lek and the EMP went through is a very unique, and it's a tragic situation. It wasn't something that they had any ill intent to do. No one was trying to be left behind, nothing like that. With anyone that has been to EMP will know that the bulls are in higher grounds. They're the ones that are at the highest grounds. So, and they are they're the strongest of all elephants that are there. The bulls are young. The bulls are stronger than the females. And because they were in higher ground, I want to explain to everyone that they were the ones to be the last to consider moving them, because their shelters had never, ever been flooded. In fact, some of them, their shelters flooded, but partially. It wasn't complete flooding. Like Navon's shelter, his shelter flooded to a certain point, but people who have seen Navon in the videos and everything, he has like a little mountain where he stands, and people make fun of him, saying that he's the king of the mountain and everything, because he stands there. That little mound of dirt or mountain did not flood. So there were, also Dok Geaw, who was next to him, his part of his room did not, or where he slept, did not flood. So there were part of the shelters of the boys that did flood, but there weren't parts that also were completely dry. So, there were many, there have been many accusations of saying they wanted to leave the boys behind. They didn't. It was just a strategical plan to move the elderly first, the babies, because babies are, of course, they're babies. They don't have the strength that an adult elephant has, so they had to be moved next. But the babies can't be moved if they're not moved with the whole herd. So this was next. Everyone, it was in order of priority. So the elder and the weakest and the youngest with the herds, and, it was going like that. But it didn't give them time to come to the actual realization of moving the bulls out.
And remember, really quick, Debbie, there's over 3,000 animals at EMP, so it wasn't just the elephants. It was the hundreds of dogs and cats and rabbits and the horses and the buffalo and the cows and, so it wasn't, they weren't just moving the 120-some elephants. It was a lot of animals with a lot of water and mud and debris, like Diana said, just rushing in.
Exactly. So, this is something, what's happened since then? Well, EMP practically is, the EMP we all knew is not there anymore. Everything is, full of mud, and it's not there. And many people have also been criticizing, mostly, unfortunately, the side of Thai, saying, oh, my God, they're raising money for this, and they're asking for so much money and all of this. Please understand that it took like 25 years to build the EMP that many of us got to know. And to support, actually, there are 5,000 animals at EMP between all of the bulls and cows and all of, elephants and all of this. So it takes, imagine feeding all of these mounts, and they're not little mounts, they're huge, huge mounts, and paying for people to be able to take care of them, to do this. Maintenance is a very big part of having any sanctuary or having any space where any being can live. So this is something really important to be able to understand.
And all of the, it wasn't just the enclosures. Like Diana said, it was all EMP that was destroyed. The mahouts living quarters and their families and the kitchens and everything. So there's a lot of displaced families at the moment as well. Exactly.
So everything at EMP right now is anything that has to do with humans, it's loss. So right now they're not accepting volunteers staying at the property. So people who want to go and volunteer, it's been mostly the volunteers that have been repeat volunteers that know EMP for what it was. It's like actually your close family coming together to try to help you, survive this and overcome this tragic event. And it's really been tragic. I think in the years that I have known Lek, which I think it's now more than 10 years, and we had, we were very, very close and everything. I've never seen her so affected, so hurt. And one thing is to lose property or to lose a bungalow, they lost everything. They don't even have mattresses right now for where the volunteers used to stay nor anything. Everything was lost. But to lose your actual kids, because for people, and I'm sure that anyone that is listening to me and have fur kids and love their fur kids as children, as Colby does and I do, we understand that the loss, and mostly the premature loss of a child, is devastating. It's something that, you really don't prepare for, and you don't want to be prepared for it. And, of course, mothers and parents of children, of human children, know that this is a fact. But in our case, we normally tend, not in Lek's case, because elephants will outlive her, but, in our case, we're mothers of fur kids, of dogs, cats, and all of this. We want to die after they do, because no one's going to take care of them, and their lifespan is meant to be shorter than ours. But in her case, losing Fasai, who was just 17, and Ploy, who was 38, it has been absolutely devastating. And so soon after losing this grandma have been absolutely devastating. So, for everyone listening out there, I just want to say that thank you for standing with Gentle Giants so that we can also continue helping EMP. We continue supporting EMP as much as we can. We continue, sending the funds that we can. We continue standing with EMP. Remember that the elephants that we have rescued ourselves, meaning baby JD, his mama Moj, baby Akamsayan, baby June, that now all of these elephants we have rescued. And right now we have a campaign that is also at EMP. All of them, LEC has been kind enough to give them a home. And, for us it's very important to know that she is fine. And also the beautiful ones that we've helped rescue are doing well. So anyone that wants to continue supporting and donating towards the floods, believe me, right now the amount of money needed to rebuild EMP is monumental. Anyone that is criticizing, saying, oh my goodness, everyone asking or making fundraisers for EMP, blah, blah, blah. No, it's ridiculous to even think that whatever we've been able to raise is enough. It's not. Everything was lost. So that is something very, very important. Another thing, and now I will speak of this, but now as Diana Munoz, the person, and not Diana Munoz, the founder of Gentle Giants, and I'll explain why. I'm going to speak about the situation of Dok Geaw, the elephant that was taken, one of the elephants that was taken from EMP, but I don't want to do it as founder of Gentle Giants because Gentle Giants, many people, okay, I don't know, Debbie, if you know, but there was a young bull elephant who's 8 years old. His name is Dok Geaw, and he was taken from EMP recently. There was some kind of dispute, which I will not go into. It was not LEC's elephant. It was someone else's elephant, and they decided after the floods to take Dok Geaw. So when I started posting about how inhumane I thought for him to be taken, because he's a beautiful boy that has lived at EMP since he was about 4 or 5 months old, people began to attack Gentle Giants. Many people started to try to say that we're scamming people, that we're taking their money, that we're doing this, that we're doing that, not understanding that I am posting on my personal page as Diana Munoz. Gentle Giants has nothing to do with Dok Geaw, and this is why I have never posted about Dok Geaw, or Colby has never even posted about Dok Geaw either on Gentle Giants, because Dok Geaw was never supported by Gentle Giants. Dok Geaw has never been part of Gentle Giants. Dok Geaw has nothing to do with Gentle Giants. But having said that, Diana Munoz, me as an individual, as someone that knows Dok Geaw, has loved Dok Geaw and has followed his life for 8 years since he became part of EMP's family, was and is and continues to be very concerned of Dok Geaw's well-being. Dok Geaw is a beautiful elephant that people were saying that he had been in a cage. And this is the sad part of this is that after the floods, Thai people, many of them turned against the LEC, which I found it to be so devastating and so sad to see that when someone is down, they decided to kick her even more. They came and they just started flooding social media with lies, saying that Dok Geaw and all the boys, they had left them to drown, and that Dok Geaw had lived in a cage and that he had lived alone and everything. Thank goodness, and this is when I again say that us advocates are fabulous, because when we all saw this, we started speaking out. Even though many of us haven't spoken to each other for years, we all came together just like for the same one fight. And other people were saying, it's better we don't say anything, just keep silent. But for me, silent invites consent, like saying, yeah, if we don't say anything, yeah, that's what happened. And I and Colby, that we have been to EMP and we have seen how they live, and mostly Dok Geaw, know that what they were saying is absolutely false. Dok Geaw had a herd. They were saying on social media that Dok Geaw did not have a herd, that he had been living alone for 8 years, that he was in a cage. Well, I don't know. I don't understand how anyone could think that an elephant could be put in a cage, but okay. And that he had never had any contact with humans or with other elephants. And this is absolutely false. Dok Geaw was raised with other elephants. Dok Geaw did have a herd, and Dok Geaw did have human contact. Dok Geaw is very loving to Derek, is very loving to Lek, and is very loving to his own mahout that has been with him and has cared for him and had contact with him every single day of his life until he was taken away. So, this is actually very important for people to get their stories straight. We have been viciously attacked by Thai people, unfortunately, accusing us of horrible things because I spoke out on my personal page as an individual, not as the founder of Gentle Giants. Many of our supporters have asked or have, posted and were tagging us, trying for us to speak about Dok Geaw on Gentle Giants, but we never explained why we didn't do it, and we can't do it, and we won't do it because Dok Geaw has nothing to do with Gentle Giants. And now we are in a big conflict because the people in the Thai people have become, or some of them, not all of them, of course, have become so aggressive towards us and trying to defame us and trying to accuse us of scamming people in all of this and using elephants for personal gain. And, of course, we stand what we say. We're completely transparent. We have nothing to hide. Anyone that has ever donated could look at our books. They could see all the money that we've sent out. They could see we haven't kept anything. Everything is nice and clear and crystal clear, but it's gotten to a point on their end that we are going to have to put a stop to it by suing certain people because it's completely unfair that after we have helped so much and so many people in Thailand, for just a few try to cause such a discord and try to, raise all these kind of doubts of what Gentle Giants is and who Gentle Giants is. So that's where we are at. And that's where we are at. And, we hope that calm down, and we hope that people continue supporting EMP. And if you want to donate towards the floods, you can just go to our website, and, they will receive that money as we have already sent out for the floods what we received. Did I hear a bell?
Thanks
Is that
for
a
all
question?
you're doing. I mean, it's so meaningful. I mean, it's so heartfelt and everything because what happened there is so devastating, like you said. And when you don't know when a disaster hits, you don't know what it's really like unless you're in it, and
Exactly.
the stress and the anxiety.
Debbie, we have had disasters here in the United States and all over the world. And when a child dies due to a flood, a tornado, a hurricane, or whatever, we never go to the parent. It's your fault. You're a bad parent. Why didn't you plan ahead of time? And sometimes they say, oh, I'm going to wait it out because it's not going to be as bad as everyone says. And then someone ends up dying, and no one ever, because we know in our hearts that they're already hurting. No one ever goes and beats them down and says, oh, what a horrible parent, you killed your child. So it's just so unfair to try to twist what happened at EMP, which is a natural disaster. And when Mother Nature speaks, you better listen, because we all think we're all so mighty and powerful, but if Mother Nature and Father Sky decide to speak, we're nothing compared to them. They can twist us around. They could end our life in a second. They could, this is the reality. So for people to try to twist things around and say, that Lek was trying to or they even said that she left some elephants behind so that they could die and she could get more donations. It's really, really ridiculous.
Yes, and ladies, we have some callers calling in. We got a packed house. You want to take some calls
we're
right
ready.
now?
Yes.
Okay. Area code 719. Let's rock the airways, everyone. You're live and on the air. Welcome to Animal Advocates Radio. Voices care for animals. Get right ahead.
Hi, ladies. This is Ray calling in.
Hi.
Hey,
How are
Mama
you?
Cat. It's Mama Cat. How are you, Mama Cat?
I'm doing okay. Listen,
is it still snowing out there?
No, it finally quit. Oh my gosh.
Yes. Okay. I'm calling you Snow Woman.
Where are
okay,
you?
Not Snowman. Snow Woman.
I'm in Colorado, and we got just under 2 foot of snow.
Oh, you're just above me. We just had, not that much, but we had 10 inches of very wet, heavy snow.
That's what we got. Heavy, heavy, wet. Almost caved my catio in.
Yeah,
Wow.
we lost a ton of trees.
Oh, yeah. Well, I want to start by saying I send my deepest condolences for the losses that you people have had to bear. And not just that, but I would love to apologize for all the people that have been so heartless as to come after you when you're in probably one of the deepest hurting moments of your life. And so I would just like to say that I'm so sorry for everything you all are going through and what the elephants went through. And thank you for everything you're doing. And for some reason, your Facebook stuff is not showing up in my feed. I mean, I haven't seen anything from you at all, nothing, unless I go to your page and actually go to your page. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah,
We
it is
post
weird.
twice a day. I wonder if it's your settings or I don't know.
I've got everything open, but so what I did was I went in and I marked them where you can mark them as favorites.
Mm-hmm.
And so I did that, but I had to knock some other people off my list of favorites because you're only allowed so many on Facebook, you know.
Right.
So they should start showing up now, but, you know, I did not realize that you guys lost any elephants. I have not seen any of those posts whatsoever. And, I mean, I was in tears listening to you tell the story of what happened. And, you know, if there's anything any of us can do, I'd like if you could give your information out again, your pages and website maybe, so that people can write it down. And, I mean, I know that there are a lot of big-hearted people that would love to help, and maybe your stuff isn't showing up in their news feeds either. I mean, if you get so many complaints on Facebook, you go lower down in the feed, you know what I mean?
Right.
And so I don't know if these people are doing that as well to your groups and pages, but if they are, you know, you may want to make a post on your pages and groups to mark them as favorites if they want them to show up in their news feed.
Yeah,
good idea.
that's
Thank
a
you
good
so much.
idea because we'll and anybody listening, if you're having the same problem, message us and let us know, please.
Yes.
Yes.
And Colby, give our website so in case anyone needs it or would like to
and I
donate.
got it. Yeah, Mama Cat, I got on the promos on Blog Talk Radio, I got the links to their website and Facebook and X
good. Yeah.
even on my website, you know, because I always put
I've
that.
got all those already, but I just thought for other people because, you know, I mean, other people may be having the same issues.
Thank you so much for letting us know, yes.
And I know from experience because my I have a cat page from when I started doing TNR, Institute Street Feral Cats.
Mm-hmm.
And I got myself in some trouble like 4 years ago with some people that were damaging my cat feeding areas. They kept taking their food, and anyways, I ended up in court. But so many people, they're so mean. I mean, oh my God, I was bawling reading these messages from these people coming after me because they're just cats, put a bullet in their head and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh my God. So I can feel what you're feeling, you know, to a degree. So, but my page was down at the bottom, and nobody was seeing any of my posts. So I just told, you know, my friends to just go over there and hit favorites if you have room on your favorite list, because I know you only get so many. But if you want to see it, you got to do that, because I'm at the bottom of the poo-poo list on Facebook.
I'm sorry to hear that. I think we've all been there.
Yep, I've been there so many times I lost count.
Yeah, I got in trouble today, too, again. I can't post for 3 days, so.
Oh, no. Okay. Well, thank you. Thank you so much for calling in.
Jail?
I'm in Facebook jail. For all it was a video of a dog and a cat. Okay, the cat had babies, the dog had babies. The cat was given a couple extra rescue kittens to nurse, and because that was her job. That's what she took other kittens in. And the dog would go, because there were so many kittens, the dog would go steal the kittens and bring them into his playpen area, and the kittens were nursing off the dog, and the little tiny puppies were nursing off the kitten, and that's all it was. And they said it went against their standards or whatever the hell, community standards.
No. Oh my goodness.
They were unbelievable. I mean, it's like big control freaks, you know. They go on these big power trips. That's what it is.
No. But
you're not doing anything wrong.
You can go to these pages that snuff out animals and do horrible things, and they can run all day long.
Yeah.
You know?
Awful.
Yeah.
It's like, what the heck?
I know.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. And I'm seeing so much cyberbullying going on because of these, you know, the lectures and everything, ripping each other. I mean, it's terrible. Saying things like, if you're a Trump supporter, unfriend me now. It's like, are you serious? I mean, arguing with strangers behind a computer, you could do that, but you're wasting your time and energy. You know, get over it. We have to move forward.
Right,
We're not going to make everybody happy, right?
And I think
and I think the wonderful thing about going back to how advocates have, you know, come together and everything, I really, you know, a great shout out to all the advocates that have come, and, you know, mostly in regards, no, actually both, with LAC and in regards to Dok Geaw, it's been absolutely amazing how everyone has come together and, you know, leaned on each other. It's a very, very painful situation. It's a very extremely painful situation to have lost these two beautiful elephants, Ploy, Thong, and Saifa, and then to have lost two boys because they took the two boys. They took Dok Geaw and Kunde. And they, you know, and then to have lost two grandmas it's a lot, you know, it's a lot to bear. It really is. Okay, yes, it is.
I'm so sorry. Thank you, ladies, for everything you're doing.
Thank you so much for calling. Do we have another caller,
thanks for
Debbie?
Mama Cat.
I'm
People
here.
Power in numbers, and we got another caller. Okay, we got a packed house, ladies. This is wonderful. You know,
wow,
so sad and heartbreaking hearing what happened there. I mean, wow, you know. And you two ladies have these big hearts and you're supporters, and that's great. That's a positive impact. giving them hope to carry on.
Exactly.
Area code 702, you're live and on the air. Go right ahead. Mama Cat, you can stay on the air. Okay? Go ahead.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Hello, Colby, Diana,
welcome,
Debbie,
Harold.
and
My
Mama
friend. How are
you? Hi.
Hello.
Well, first of all, I want to tell Debbie congratulations. I know it's after 10 years, it's all coming to an end, but we're moving on to better things. I mean, probably this is an opportunity to evolve, and as a collective, because I'm not sure what's going to happen to Blog Talk, but yes, probably an opportunity to new beginnings and 2025. And I just sense the changes, though, even as I'm happy, I could just sense it within my body. And to the women, though, thank you for saving the elephants, Colby and Diana. And tonight's show is about the gentle giants, because last night I was hearing another show on Facebook. I'm not sure how often you follow Unchained TV. Yeah, but
yes, with Sangeeta.
Sangeeta,
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, so she mentioned about how she handed out, I'm not sure if it was brochures or books, but she reached out to Bollywood celebrities as well as Hollywood celebrities, and you can go ahead and listen to it again. And they said that there's a difference how Bollywood approaches animal cruelty compared to Hollywood. They're more outspoken, but Bollywood, they seem a little bit quiet about it. And not to create a division, but I am part Asian, and so sort of like it's a cultural thing. I mean, I grew up with when to speak and when not to, and it has its minuses and pluses in situations.
Right.
So, but yeah, so. Just thought I'd point that out, but thank you so much for all you do, and it's a good work, though. I mean, I hope to contribute to your cause, so in the future when I have more funds. Yeah, it's just I'm feeding my rescue dog in the meantime, and to balance the ledger and everything. It's it could be a puzzle, a jigsaw puzzle.
Yeah. So well, thank you so much for your support and for your insight and the. Everything. Really, we appreciate you very, very much. So thank you. Thank you for calling in and everything.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Facebook friend. I love your support.
Thank you.
Hope it continues up until 2025. All of you need all of you. Can't do it alone. So all your support is much appreciated. Highly appreciated. And ladies, we've got it down to 2 minutes here. I want to really thank Diana Munoz, founder of Gentle Giant Stay Home Projectives, and co-founder Colby Steiner, and want to welcome both of you back in 2025 on the new podcast. How's that? And you're part of the Voices Care for Animals family. And Mama Cat, thank you for all your continuous support. I mean, she's a former guest of Community Cats United, and she's out there working hard, multitasking and everything. And Carolyn, thank you so much, Facebook friend. All your support. So we're going to go. We're coming in stronger in 2025, everyone. It's looking good. I mean, I know this bad news just happened, but it's looking towards the positive side with. And check out this podserve.fm. That's where the shows are at right now. And then also on Apple Podcasts and Amazon. This is so uplifting and inspiring, okay? And Spotify. I heard also it's going to be on Pandora. And also podparadise.com. So this is great news, everyone, and it's starting up right now, getting transferred over there. Isn't that good news? And ladies,
that's wonderful.
Thank you so much, and thank you for all you're doing and having a huge heart, because it's a very sad story that happened at ENP, the Elephant Nature Park in Thailand. Next week, we want to welcome back Spencer Hodges. He's from Rebound Dog. He's over there at K. And we'll make the show earlier at 3 o'clock Eastern time, okay? Of course, it helps him out because of time change. But welcome him back. And all you new listeners out there, thank you for participating and joining us. All you returning listeners, appreciate all your support. And let's keep standing up and speaking out for the animals in need and distress. We are their only hope. People, power in numbers. How's that? And also strength in numbers. I had that too with Mama Cat, okay? And then I just had it.
Thank you so much,
But
Debbie.
thank you all for tuning in.
Talk
Come here next week. Paw in hand.
United
stand against animals and neglect across the land. Good night, everyone. And may God bless you all. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you,
everyone.
Thanks, Colby and Diana. Big up, Mama Bear hug.
Wonderful to meet you again.
Goodbye.
It's time to treat yourself to the luxury you deserve. Catalia Beauty and Wellness is New York City's ultimate beauty and spa retreat. So picture this: a hair transformation with trend-setting cuts, vibrant colors, and luscious extensions. Or maybe it's a classic manicure. How about a Russian mani-pedi so precise that it's an art form? Experience the magic at Catalia Beauty and Wellness, 519 8th Avenue, or online at Catalia NYC. That's CATALIA. Book your appointment today.
It is Ryan Seacrest here. People always say it's good to unwind, but that's easier said than done. The exception, Chumba Casino. They actually make it easier done than said, or at least the same. Chumba Casino is an online social casino with hundreds of casino-style games like slots and blackjack. Play for fun. Play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. Sign up now and collect your free welcome bonus at ChumbaCasino.com. Sponsored by Chumba Casino. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus. Terms and conditions apply.